Did I ruin my life by trading crypto? Apologies if this topic has been covered before or is breaking any rules. Throw away for obvious reasons. I feel like I ruined my life by dabbling into crypto as a clueless college kid. I first caught wind of it when a buddy of mine said he was going all in on Ethereum in May of last year. I said heck with it, signed up on Coinbase, and threw $5,000 into crypto. Mind you, this is like half of my life savings, but in the grand scheme of things it's not too much to lose. Well, I went down the rabbit hole and struck gold a few times, hitting 10x's on multiple altcoins. I brought my initial $5,000 all the way up to a $880,000 portfolio in December 2017. Now I should have listened. I should have cashed out. Yes. Once I hit $1 million I was going to. I would have been set. And then, just like that, the market tanks going into the new year. I didn't know anything about taxes, so I never bothered to set aside anything. They really never do teach this stuff. I wagered in more than a few bad ICOs to start 2018, had some money in coins that absolutely plummeted with no chance of recovering, etc. Today my portfolio sits at $125,000, a far cry from my $880,000. My estimated tax liability for 2017 is about $400,000. Live in California. I'm a student, and I work part-time making $12 an hour as a retail associate at Barnes & Noble. I haven't paid any taxes or filed any returns for 2017. I wanted to, but I have no idea where to begin. Here's the 1099K Coinbase reported this spring. Is my life over? Too long. Didn't read. Poor college kid invests $5,000 in crypto last year, ends up with $875,000 short-term gains for 2017, lost most of it in 2018, hasn't paid taxes or filed any returns yet. Edit. Yes, these were crypto to crypto trades. That is Bitcoin for Ethereum, Ethereum for Litecoin. These are considered taxable events from what I understand. At no point did I ever cash out to fiat and transfer any USD into my bank accounts from these tradings. Okay, straight talk, since this seems to be what you're looking for. This will not be a high point in your life, but you will get through it. Yes, you will need to recognize those gains in 2017. Even when you recognize the loss in 2018, you will only be able to recognize $3,000 of it a year, probably for the rest of your life, unless you strike it big again. I've done a number of cryptocurrency returns, and this was a common problem. You will need to deal with a number of issues here. First off, unfortunately, you will need to recognize the gain. Since you got into it in 2017, it'll probably all be short term, so taxed at a higher rate. I imagine you will probably need to account for things that you did not mention in your post, such as dividends or forks that cryptocurrencies tend to spin off. These have to be recognized differently. Questionable accounting methods like doing like-kind exchanges or specific identification will probably lead to more penalties and interest down the road, and in my opinion are a bad idea, a really terrible idea. You need to file your return as soon as possible, because while it's not filed, you're picking up failure to file, and failure to pay penalties, and interest on top of it all. Your accountant should be able to set you up with an installment agreement. Eventually, you could potentially work out an offer in compromise with the IRS and the FTB, since you would probably qualify. This requires meeting a lot of really stringent conditions. I would not recommend trying to do that with anyone that advertises on TV. We negotiated X dollar amount debt down to just thousands. They will take a retainer and then churn hours until you can't pay them anymore. Meanwhile, if you have basic reading comprehension skills, you can probably handle the OIC yourself. Doing the return itself might not be cheap. Every cryptocurrency return I've done I've verified data myself, based on the reports that Bitcoin.tax has churned out, to ensure there were not any issues, and then created my own reports. The more transactions there are, the more time it takes, and I bill for my time. Your first step though is to find an accountant that is qualified to do the return for you and has the ability to take care of it as soon as possible, so you can stop the bleeding on the penalties. Hopefully this has helped. I lost everything. I messed up really badly, more so than I ever had in my life. I lost all my crypto and fiat funds and have no one to blame but myself. Throughout the entire bear market of 2018, I've been collecting as much Bitcoin and Ethereum as I could. I fully believed in the tech, as well as the opportunity for financial freedom that was presented in front of me. I used the money from part-time jobs while studying at university full-time and a large portion of my student loans to buy crypto every month. Even as the bear market diminished the value of my portfolio, I kept on buying knowing that it would potentially pay off one day. I was in my last year of university and my thinking was that crypto at the very least could help me pay off my student loans. And for the past couple of months, everything seemed to be going according to plan. Crypto was booming literally just in time for my graduation. That's when I discovered BitMEX. Within a month, my discovery of BitMEX managed to ruin my life. I started off with a small deposit of 0.01 Bitcoin, and I managed to flip that into 0.2 Bitcoin within a week. I was euphoric. Then as quickly as I made it, I lost it all to one swift move by the market. So I made a new account thinking that I knew what I was doing this time around and deposited a slightly larger amount. Liquidated. I deposited again. Liquidated. It got to the point where my bank account had no money left to fund my BitMEX account, and that's where I made my biggest mistake. I decided to borrow funds from my Bitcoin and Ethereum cold storage to try to recuperate everything I've lost so far on BitMEX. And as I now know, revenge trading never works. Today marked the end of my crypto career. All my alts were liquidated when Bitcoin broke $9,000 and pretty much dumped right after. I have now no more funds left to deposit and have lost all my crypto. Everything that I've been collecting during the bear market, just to have it taken away right before the bull market. I've lost a total of 1 Bitcoin worth of crypto, which may not seem like that much to some of you, but that was literally everything that I had. I have nothing left now. I can't find someone to hire me with my useless degree. I have no way of paying off my student loans. I feel stuck. I feel scared. I feel angry that I screwed myself this hard. I'm absolutely freaking out right now as I'm typing this, and I'm having dark thoughts because I really don't think I can recover from this. I don't know what to do. If there's anything that anyone can take away from this, it's to not mess around with margin trading and leverage unless you really know what you're doing. It'll be the end of you. Literally. Be glad that you made this mistake early in life and only lost 1 Bitcoin. There were people who took loans out against their houses in late 2017 to buy Bitcoin, and we all know how that worked out. Tomorrow is a brighter day.